everyone. My name is Shakya Geiger, and I am an owner and founder of the Morenita collection. The story of social constructs having a scarring impact on the way that Black and brown folks perceive their natural hair in the world around us is one that is all too familiar. Did you know that Black and brown women perceive a level of social stigma against our natural hair? Did you know that Black and brown women experience high levels of anxiety when it comes to eye hair compared to their white counterparts? This too was my story. As an Afro-Latina woman, my experience was especially evident because I couldn't identify with anyone embracing their natural hair. My struggles caused me to experience anxiety, depression, and often led me to cutting off my hair as a way to cope. I then used head wraps as a way to cover the pain that I was experiencing. As I began to dig a little deeper and tap into my self-love journey, I then shifted the narrative, and now, what I once used to hide my crown out of embarrassment, discomfort, and insecurity is now being used to encourage and promote self-love, empowerment, and individual beauty. The Morenita collection handcrafted items not only promote self-empowerment through our specially affirmation-named products, but also encourage and promote healthy hair, as some of our best-selling items are lined with 100% Charmeuse satin. Because of our tremendous customer retention rates, our average order value has increased 70% within the last year. Our current target consumer expands within the population of Black, brown, and deaf/hard of hearing folks within the tri-state area. In 2021, the hair accessory market size consisted of 22 million. This market is expected to have an 8.6 increase over the next 5 years, leaving us at a projected revenue of 32 million by year 2026. The market is booming, and the Morenita collection has an opportunity to capture 30% of it. There are many things that set us apart from our competitors in the market, all of which include but are not limited to our growing variety of 16+ collections, our uniquely designed and handcrafted products, and our intention to encourage inclusive spaces for Black, brown, and deaf folks. The revenue model that our business thrives off is our online website stream, pop-up shops, business-to-business contracts such as with hair care stylists, and our new and upcoming stream, which is the Morenita Collection vending machine. Not only will this particular stream be accessible, it will also bump up our revenue, serve as a huge convenience, and allow us to reach more supporters. Just last year, we sold over 100 bonnets in a 24-hour period. We've secured 2 business-to-business contracts and growing, and we are looking forward to launching the very first multiple variety vending machine in the tri-state area. In order to stimulate this growth and expansion, we need your help, which is why we have an ask of $155,000, which will enable us to expand our team of co-creators and designers, in which we specifically like to hire folks from the deaf community, enhance product development, and boost our marketing efforts. Again, my name is Shakya Geiger, founder of the Morenita Collection, self-made entrepreneur, and a quota seeking to especially grow our support to the deaf and hard of hearing community by teaching the fascinating language of American Sign Language. Let's stay connected and join us in our efforts to normalize embracing the roots of our crowns with products that promote self-love and bring out the light in you. Thank you.
Takia, I'm interested in what you have to say because you
know I love a good head wrap.
I was just thinking, I'm going to Takia first.
Yes, I love a good head wrap. My first question is, where is your development? Developing, sewing, sourcing are all very, very expensive. So are you outsourcing your products and getting them shipped here? Are you doing all of the sewing here in Philly? Tell us about that, and then tell us about your profit margins as it relates to your head wraps, because you have different styles.
Yes, so what I do is I wholesale my fabric. Wholesale buy like my fabric. So I buy it in bulk from different companies, and I do all of the stitching, the creating, the handcrafting myself. And I forgot. Can you repeat the last part of your question?
So your profit margins.
Yeah, so what I try to do is I try to find like the best vendors for my fabric so that I'm able to make a well enough profit. So right now our profit margins are around 64%.
To piggyback on my sister's question here, your profit margin is good at about 64%, but how are you making all of your stuff handmade? Are you making it all yourself?
Yes, I have a studio here in Philadelphia, and I make all my products.
Okay. So where are you selling at? Because you said you had two stores. You're in 2 stores?
So we have our online website that we sell from. We also do pop-up shops, and we also just secured 2 business-to-business contracts. So I have one in a braid bar, and I also have one in a co-op store.
Okay, and can you tell me about the vending machine and what the plan is for that?
Yeah, so the plan is to have about 6 different products in the vending machine and just have it. We're hoping to get a space in the mall so that it's accessible for our supporters and hopefully, wanting to gain more supporters. And I think it'll just be a very convenient way to, save time on labor so that we don't have to do a lot of the shipping and people, cutting down on wait time for shipping and everything like that. I think it'll be a very accessible tool for our product to be out, and also a great way for marketing so that people can get to know more about us.
Are you concerned about how that will impact your cost? Like, creating that model, how does that impact your cost at 64% of your profit margin now? How is that going to impact your cost in the future if you invest in something like that?
I don't think it will impact it too much. It'll still be at the same price that we sell it for now, and it'll just be like available in a like a more open space and like in a mall and things of that nature. And I think like with the funding, we'll be able to like pay our rent and pay all the other expenses that we need to provide for, especially if there are any like technical issues or like mechanical issues that we need to figure out.
I'm curious to know what's your timeline on hiring, because you doing all the work can lead to burnout, and you obviously have a lot of plans for the Morenita collection, and so to prevent burnout, you're going to need some help. So I'm curious to know that your timeline on hiring help for your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have like a lot of connections with like the deaf and hard of hearing community. And it is something that we have like a great support from that community in itself. And so I think that if we're looking at least for like a year or a year and a half, that we could have like a solid team and just be able to like teach them the ropes and just get started on that production.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
To vote, visit Razorfy.co and select today's event. Enter your donation for the pitches you love and click the donate button to proceed to checkout. Review and confirm your donation once more by tapping donate. And finally, key in your payment info to cast your vote. Voting will be open for 7 days. And remember, there's a $5 minimum for your vote to count. Your donation keeps a Black or brown woman in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.